Hello everybody, this is Johnny S coming to you with another video, an R6 vlog, what I call them. So let's have a proper video introduction because the first video was sorry, me swearing off to different people. Okay, so today whatever we encounter on the road, we're going to try to ignore it to the best of our ability. We're gonna go for an easy, nice, chill out ride. It's Sunday here. It's a beautiful day. We are situated in Greece. If you have not followed the first video, that I made it obvious that we're situated in Greece. It's a beautiful weather. This is usually how the weather is in Greece. So, you know, it's very sunny. It's very, you know, nice. Okay, so let's start with a little bit of a proper introduction about me, and I'll try to, you know, not bore everybody as much as possible. So my name is John. Obviously, as the channel suggests, I am 44 years old. I'm situated in Greece, and I have started making a YouTube channel with different content and everything. I was born in Greece, and then when I was 11 years old, so I was born in 1980, if you want to do the math, 44 years old. Up until 11 years old, my parents moved to Australia. So it's me and my brother, younger brother, and my parents. They're not divorced, because I know this is a common thing. So they moved to Australia. My father had many sisters in Australia. To be exact, he's got 5 sisters, and 4 of these sisters are situated in Australia. You know, it was a strange experience, to say the least. Not going to go into a lot of detail. So basically, you know, I've done school up to year 6 in Greece. So my Greek was not on top-notch level, let's say. I know how to speak and everything, but, you know, as far as grammar goes and, you know, spelling and everything, my Greek was not like the best thing. It was only year 6. And then I went to Australia, where I continued half of year 6, so half year 6 here and half in Australia. We went to Sydney, a suburb of Sydney, let's say. So we were with rent. And you know, it was an interesting experience, to say the least. I grew up there in Australia, so I went to college. I have studied electronic engineering. So I'm an IT guy, you might call me. I graduated from Australia. Then I started working in Australia for quite a few years, and in total I was around 14 years in Australia. I've gone through many different jobs. Since I was 17 years old, my mother literally told me, take your resume and go find a job. If you don't find a job, don't come back. So these are the stories that you hear sometimes from old people, where, you know, parents used to be a little bit more, let's say, strict. But I have no complaints. I'm not mentioning this to put down my parents in any way. They've done the best they can. And I do really appreciate it that, you know, they took that strict approach to me. Because if they had not, then, you know, I don't know where I will be. You know, most of us boys, we have the tendency to get mixed up with, you know, the wrong kind of people. So luckily, because my parents were very strict, I was you know, very, let's say, put on the right path from early on. In total, I had, one day I had counted the different jobs that I'd done in Australia, and in total there were around 15 jobs, and that includes from catering, movals, furniture movals, fish factory. I was a storeman, a kitchen man, whatever you can imagine as a job, I've pretty much done it. Computer technician. I did have some relevant jobs to my field, so I was trying always to, you know, get a job to my liking, let's say. Another thing to mention is, if you pay attention, is I got a jacket on, I got gloves on, helmet on, so this is a good message to all the little kids. Even though it's wet, even though it's very very hot, I'm literally sweating. I've got all the, you know, the gear on, so I don't have any boots or any pants, but at least gloves, very important, and, you know, the jacket. You can leave your jacket open like this, you know, you don't have to zip it all the way up, but, you know, it's a good thing to, you know, wear everything, even if it's a hot day. Let me just scan a little bit around just so you can see how beautiful it is. In Greece we have many olive trees. I think people internationally know this. So these are all olive trees, and around my area, you know, it's beautiful thing. So contrary to the first video that I made, this is it's an excellent country. I'm not trying to be negative, we'll try to keep it positive in this video. Let me open the visor also and try. So yeah, I mean, this is, you know, that was my life in Australia. I came back to Greece in 2004, so from 91 to 2004. There was, you know, there was a lot of things that I had to battle in Australia. There were different things, language barriers, especially for my parents. They were like much older. Me as a young kid, I kind of got into it always, but, you know, I always have an accent. It's a little bit strange because I was never born in Australia, so, you know, this is one thing to keep in mind. Then we came back to Greece, and it was about 2004, which means 14 years, 13, 14 years in Australia. Then we started, as soon as I came to Greece in 2004, I stayed for around half a year, 1 year, and then I went to the army. 6-month compulsory army service in Greece, so, you know, you cannot escape the army, let's say. So, you know, once we got the army over, let me just close the visor again. I think the microphone can pick up all the sound, but when with the visor closed, I can hear myself better. So, you know. And now it's 2024, so there's been almost 20 years in Greece now since I'm back. So I have, you know, quite a bit of a good experience, let's say, on both worlds, how things work, and on later videos we're going to go through it, and I'm going to discuss some things, you know, whatever you like to learn, or you like me to comment on something, you know, let me know, and I can make a video relating to that as well. I don't have a problem. So this is going to be like, you know, kind of a free, you know, free topic channel, let's say. So my vlogs are not going to be strictly on bikes, but they will have, you know, bike information as well. Let's open that up a little bit. Yeah, baby. There we go. Sorry guys, I had to get that out of my system. Yeah, beautiful day, nice weather. The road is, the temperature on the road, I can feel it on my tires, it's very good. So I got good traction control, you know, very nice. So again, this is, you know, this is a little bit of my background story. In Greece, I have not gone through as many jobs. So this is something that also people are, you know, saying, why did you leave Australia? Why did you go to Greece? It's not as good as it sounds, you know what I mean? Every place has the positive and negative things. Australia has its own negative things as well. There's a little bit of racism. I had to face a lot of racism when I was young in school. Many of the kids, they used to call me feta boy. I know it's hilarious and it's silly, but when you're young, these things affect you. Feta boy because of the Greek cheese feta, which is ridiculous. I mean, whatever little kids can think about, they will tease you. Just to wake him up a little bit. In Greece, in case you were wondering, you are allowed to skim through the traffic. So in some, I know that in America it's per state law. Per state county is different laws. On some states you're allowed to skim between traffic. On other states you're not. In Greece it's global. So you can, you know, skim through the traffic if you feel like it, or you can, you know, go ahead and do whatever it is that you want to do and just kind of skim through it. In America it's very strict. It's very like a specific kind of a thingy. And in some states, I think in like California, from what I know, there is a you know, there is a more of a, let's say, open policy as far as the you know, the going through the traffic. So in case you were wondering, you know, if you're looking at me, why is he going through the traffic the way he's going, it is legal, it is allowed. Police officers just went past us, like to show you an indication. If I was doing something that I was not supposed to be doing, he would have stopped me, obviously. The bike is quite loud. I'm on an R6 2007 model. It's one of my favorite bikes, my dream bike basically. And if you ask me, I know that I'm biased, but you know, I think this is one of the best looking bikes. It was the first of Yamaha to come with this design. It's very aggressive, very beautiful. And even the later bikes that have come after this one, as far as looks go, I think this is better. Anyway, that's, you know, subjective obviously, but yeah, I'm really happy with this bike. I've got it for many years, so I've been driving this bike for, let's say, around 11 to 12 years. Then I had 6 years of sorry, not driving, and now I've picked it up again. So in Greece I'm around 24 years here, and you know, 16, 17, let's say, of these years I've been driving bikes. So pretty much, you know, after I came, I did my army service, I kind of got into bikes. And my wife is one of the people that actually got me into the bikes, strangely enough. It's not a common scenario, I know. You know, women usually, they do not to put down women, but you know, usually this is more of like a boys and toys, what you might call. But obviously, yeah, my wife was very into bikes since she was young as well. And you know, at some point when we first started going out, we used to go out for coffee, and I used to, you know, every time a bike passed, I used to turn my head. And at some point she asked me, you know, why are you looking at the bikes all the time? So I said, you know, I really love bikes, but I never got a chance to get one. My parents were very strict, and they never allowed me. And you know, I mean, I could have gotten one. I'm not saying they put me in jail, you know, they tied my hands, but out of respect for my parents, I never got a motorcycle. And the you know, the laws in Australia, they're a little bit stricter. It's not as common thing to get a bike as in Greece. You know, in Greece everybody has the bikes because it's shorter distances, and there are, you know, many more sorry for the cough, I am a little bit sick. I'm coming with a virus, you know, these days, so it's affecting my speech and everything. So, you know, like I said, it's a beautiful day. If you pay attention, let me just scan through a little bit. So, you know, great beautiful day. But again, I'm coming with a cough. Go figure. It's a little bit, you know, contradictory. So yeah, my wife got me into the bikes. She got me into the bikes. She basically gave me the green ticket in order for me to buy a bike. So she said, you know, so why don't you get one? And I explained to her, you know, that I always wondered what you know, my parents were very strict and so forth. And she said, yeah, okay, I think back then I was 24 when I met my wife, 25, something like that. No, sorry, 28. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Yeah, why not? Let me get a bike. And the first bike that I got was 28 years old. So that's another thing which goes, you know, towards the maturity. You know, I did not get a bike when I was young. So therefore, I was more mature in my mind. Obviously, you're going to take risks, and you're going to do. The bike is a risky thing in general, but at least you have a little bit more of maturity in your mind in order for you to mitigate as much as possible and be as defensive of a driver, let's say, as possible. And my first bike was a Kawasaki Z750, which is a big bike. It's a heavy bike. It's a top weight bike, let's say, street naked category. But you know, it was a good learning bike, let's say. It was a good learning bike. There was a lot of you know, things that you could have sort of done. So, you know, it was you know, chill out, let's say, sort of a bike. I did fall a lot of times, so I had, you know, things that I dropped the bike many times, but, you know, slowly I got through it, and you know, you learn by your mistakes. You know, and then the second bike that I got was actually this one here. So this bike here is the R6 that I got. You know, it was the first super sport bike that I had, which I really loved, the bike. And basically, I was not even going for this type of bike. I was going more for a, you know, for a different kind of an older sport bike. And when I went to the shop, I saw this one, and I thought, you know, Jesus Christ, this is awesome. You know what I mean? Because the graphics, they really changed from, you know, they really changed between, you know, what we had a long time ago, and then when the new models came out, let's say. So, you know, this was a beautiful bike. So, you know, it's my dream bike. Basically, I love it. I love looking at it. I love riding it. I love you know, doing whatever you want to call it, you know, the things. I do some extreme things, like I've done some wheelies, I've done some endo, not by my doing, you know, so I have done some silly things. I've taken some risks, okay. I don't do this a lot because this is, like I said, because I got a bike on an older age. I had not experimented. So usually people in Greece, they've bought like little sort of like a scooter, and they've tried many things on the scooter. You know, they tested how the gas is, how to lift the bike. I have not done this, so it's more difficult and it's more dangerous for me to try to do these things straight away on a 750 or a 600 bike, let's say. So okay, this is kind of a little bit of a background from me. The reason why I'm speaking in English, and you will notice it, I've got a weird accent. It's not Australian, it's not American, it's not European, it's like a weird mix kind of a thing. But I am comfortable, you know, almost as much comfortable as speaking in Greek. I do have less years in Australia in comparison to Greece, let's say, and obviously my first country that I was born on, and that always leaves an impression on you, it was Greece. So, you know, therefore it's always you know, kind of good to sort of, you know, go and do things. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because of the view. It is beautiful. Yeah, it's an awesome day. I was a little bit sick, like I said, but I did not want to miss the opportunities. It's beautiful weather, and I mean, it's gorgeous. Hopefully we do not see many people, you know, doing silly things on the road. Okay, I said I will not comment on it, and I'll try not to comment on it. You know, drive safe, always try to be safe. Like I said before, with the gear and everything, and try to defensively drive on the road if you're on a bike. So I think we'll turn around here. We'll turn around here and you know, we'll head back. It must be now around 15 to 20 minutes, I'm guessing. I did not look at the time. The battery life on my GoPro Hero 9, which is what I have, is it's around 1 hour, so it's not a lot of battery life. You know, I can do full trips around like half an hour go and half an hour come back. Otherwise I have to, you know, I just got the camera, so it's been less than a month. You know, I just got the camera. I'm trying to test different settings onto it. We'll speak about that a bit as well, but you know, in general I just want to make like a more of an introduction, a little bit about me, a little bit about the conditions, a little bit about where I am, what I'm doing, where I've been, what I'm driving, and you know, we'll have different videos which are going to be more specific and they're going to be focused. I might make a vlog and talk about my, you know, GoPro setup and everything. I might take another video and you know, do something like you know, how I'm making what type of bike I'm driving. I mean, you know the basics, but you know, what type of bike I'm driving, what model it is, how much did I get it, what mods does it have onto it, and so forth. Okay, let's turn around. It's a little bit dangerous here because we are on top of the turn, but hopefully they will let us go. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of an overview. The reason why I'm speaking in English is because I grew up in Australia and I am comfortable, and I think it's much better because it's a global language. There's a lot of vloggers in Greece, but not many people speak in English, which means that a lot of people are not going to have access to, you know, they're not going to have a lot of access to. Wow, this is beautiful. Let's go a little bit fast here. Don't tell your mother. Alrighty then. Woo! Yeah, baby. Alright. You're 44 years old? Calm down. I'll give myself a heart attack. I'm just kidding, guys. You know. Yeah, gotta. Anyway, because I'm doing the vlogs, I'm going to be taking a little bit more chill out for the sound as well, so you don't hear just the bike. But there will be other, you know, videos that I do, and we'll take it more, you know, passion like with the bikes. So yeah, I just want to, because like I said before, you know, there's a lot of good vloggers and YouTube channels in Greece. There's many guys that I have subscribed, excellent content, but usually they speak in Greek, which means that if somebody from outside wants to watch a video, see what it's like in Greece, you know what I mean? Like you're not only talking about bikes, you know what I mean? You want to talk about different things. You know, I thought do it in English, it would be much better. And you know, besides talking about the bike, so only we can talk about, I might make, for example, a video that I will go to a specific location. We might, you know, I might do like a vlog, a 1 hour vlog, drive towards, you know, there's a place in Greece called Halkida, which is a nice kind of a road. It's got nice twists and turns as well, and it's a beautiful surround. So some of the vlogs, that might be just me on a daily routine, going to work, for example, and just talking about different themes. Other videos will be taking more of a trip, showcasing the scenery, and, you know, letting people know what it's like. So whoever is not in Greece and they're thinking about coming to Greece, I know there's been a lot of fame out there for Greece, positive and negative. I will say do it. It's a great place for vacation. I will not recommend this place as far as jobs go, not because I don't like it, but because it is economically a little bit more tougher, and because I have lived on different countries, a different country like in Australia. I do know what it's like. I know what it's like to get used to a specific I'm avoiding the potholes, to be used to a different, let's say, specific sort of way that you're, you know, with the wages, the salary, everything. So it is difficult. But then again, like I said, every place has the positive and the negative. So if you ask me why did you come, there's many other reasons why I came. Whether that is the weather, the family, the people, the language. Sorry. Not the best idea when you're sick to try to do a vlog. But anyway, yeah, I really wanted to do this today. I'm in a good mood, and, you know, since the first video was like more negative sort of a thing, try to do something more happy, you know, and get people to actually enjoy it rather than seeing a guy curse. Oh, my back. So one thing to mention about these bikes is that, yeah, they are a little bit more difficult to drive around. So after a while, you're not going to get more tired, and obviously age plays a role into it as well. I'm not as young as I used to be on my, you know, when I first got a bike, 28. But then again, this is also, by no means is there a limit to you having fun, enjoying your hobbies. You can be 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, I don't care. As long as you have a bike, as long as you're doing what you love, and it doesn't have to be a bike as well, you know what I mean, whatever. Try to maintain your physical sort of thing. So this is part of the reason why I got back into it. I did get a lot frustrated because I gained a lot of weight. I did see myself become a little bit unhealthy. So one of the things in my mind is, you know, I always used to love bikes, and then I put them on the side because I had a hernia. You know, I had an operation. I've got a second hernia with that I have not operated on. Anyway, don't want to go to a lot of the personal stuff, but I did have my reasons, and basically I put the bike on the side, and I thought to myself, don't be silly, you're only 44, you're not dead, take care on the road. Obviously it's a risky thing, but you like it, do it as safe as possible. And this is also a motivation to actually start working out. So one of the first things that I did was one of the things that I actually tried to do when I was, you know, when I was going on the bike, is try to cut a little bit on the food, become a little bit more healthy, because it does require a sort of, not crazy, but a little bit of a physical thing as well. The position on this bike, on the R6, on the Yamaha R6, is very aggressive. It means it's a lot of forward down motion. The position is a lot tilted, a lot of strain on the hands, a lot of strain on the back. You got to use your legs and your thighs to tightly grip around the tank, which means you're going to get tired, obviously. And if you're overweight, it's not going to help your back. There's potholes. You know, the heavier you are, the more you're going to feel it. So, you know, I got in that process. And I just remembered one thing to mention, which is both hilarious and a little bit tragic. Once I got the bike, I resurfaced it. I got my number plates back, new number plates and everything. And one of the hilarious things is that I went in my cupboard and I pulled out my old Dainese jacket, which is an awesome, like a 600 euro jacket. I tried to go in. The sleeves were long enough. I have not grown, obviously, but there was no way it would zip up, you know what I mean? So this is also another motivation of, no, I am going to lose weight, I am going to start exercising. At work we're trying to you know, set up a couple of one day a week where we do some like basketball, and basketball is one of the sports that I like, because, you know, in Australia there's people play a lot of basketball. In Greece the most famous sport is soccer, but I don't like soccer. Anyway, so I thought to myself, you know, focus, do what you need to do, and, you know, one day you will fit back into your Danish jacket. So this is like let's go through this guy. There's a little bit of smoke coming out from that guy. Anyway, so yeah, by no means, no matter what your age is, like I said, don't give up. I had in January I had a very difficult, in comparison to other people, easy, in comparison to other people, you know, difficult. I would say average. I did have a difficult sort of upbringing because of the strictness, because of different health issues and problems that I had. And you know, the point is to just pick yourself back up and go at it, you know what I mean? I was very athletic. I was a basketball school captain. I've done all the martial arts you can imagine: karate, taekwondo, kung fu, Filipino karate, whatever you can imagine. Okinawa with the sticks. I've done everything. Once I got hernias, I got 1 hernia, 2 hernias. My doctor said, you know, stop doing what you're doing. And in my mind, as a silly guy who was athletic, I thought, okay, what kind of exercise do I do to make it stronger? And he looks at me and he laughs. He goes, what do you mean? It's not a muscle. You can't make it stronger. You gotta be careful. Not only that, but if you do a lot of heavy activity, it's worse for you. So that was kind of like a slap in my face, because I was always like a sport guy. You know, I injured my leg, I injured my back, whatever. I do a little bit of physio. My doctor told me, you know, this is what you gotta do. You gotta do this and that, and I always used to get back on it. This was the first time that the doctor turned around and said, what are you talking about? There's no physio for this. There is some magnetic shocks that, you know, you can use to actually strengthen your core, but other than that, there's nothing much more you can do. So for people that have hernias, they will probably already know this. So in some cases, the more muscular you are, the more dangerous it is, because the hernia is basically, it's like it's something that keeps the organs within your body, and it's something that sorry, it's something that keeps the organs within your body, and it's behind the muscle tissue and all those things. So if you're really muscular and you don't have strong, let's say, tissue, it might be worse, because you might pick something up and you might, you know, not feel the weight, because let's say your arms are strong and you're used to the weight and everything, but other parts of your bodies, your abdominal, your lower region for men, they will become stressed and you can easily tear something up. So, you know, by no means have I had everything handed to me. It's like, ah, yeah, John has the easy life. Don't listen to him. No, I had the difficulties like everybody, you know what I mean? Like, you know, don't give up. Don't give up. It's never too late. I'm married, I've got a kid. You can always find the time to do something. Today I'm going to spend on my Sunday 1 hour, probably another 2 hours editing the video. It's something that you like, you know what I mean? Do it. You know, just like the guy says, just do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, do it. You know, don't give up. I think for the first video it's going to be a little bit longer than what I had planned. Hopefully, you know, it's actually recording. It will be hilarious if I go home and none of this is recording. So yeah, that's a little bit of background information about me, where I am, where I've been. You know, I'm really happy where I am at the moment. I think I've been the happiest in my life ever. I've got good friends, I've got good family. It's the place of my birthright. And you know, I know a lot of people will sound strange and will say, you know, why are you doing Greece and you were in Australia? And there's many different facts, but I will say one thing to kind of make you understand. When I came in Greece, before my wife, I had another partner, another girlfriend, and the first time I said to that girl, I like you, not I love you, I like you, but in Greek, I blushed. And then I was thinking, hold on a second, you had 10, 20 different girlfriends in Australia. Like, I've been with an Asian woman, I've been with a Lebanese woman, I've been with like many different type of women. I love all kinds of women. Why are you blushing? Why are you blushing? There was an accident. Okay, so guys, there was an accident here. It's not that bad, luckily. There's not a lot of oil and nobody was hurt. Okay, these are the things that we're trying to avoid. Let's not focus on that. So I don't want to ruin everybody's mood. Let me just keep an eye on the flashlight. So and one of the things that I was thinking about, which, like I said, if you don't live it, you're not going to understand it. One of the things that I was going through is I was blushing. Now I was thinking to myself, you know, why is it so weird for you to say I like you in Greece? And the answer is, it's your nature tongue. You know what I mean? This is what you've learned to speak. You know what I mean? This is what you this is what you're used to. So there's a lot more feeling to it. There's a lot more you know, passion to it, and therefore you feel different. It's not the same thing. And even later with my wife, you know, the first time you say in English I love you, it's not the same thing as you say it in your own language. So you might think you know, it's little things, but all these things do play a role. And in Australia, the money was better, don't get me wrong, the jobs were better, but what are you going to do with the money if you're not going to be able to express yourself, if you're not going to be able to share ideas? And like I said previously, I did face a lot of racism when I was young. I got beat up a lot at school until I started taking up martial arts. Part of the reason why I did martial arts, where that whole scenario flipped. So when I was getting bullied, I became the guy that you did not speak. Hi John, bap, smack on the head straight away. At some point, when my brother went to school, everybody was like, oh, John is your brother, oh, holy shit, and then we'll just go away. It was good for my brother because he had protection. I was literally not, I was an animal. When I say animal, you looked at me wrong, I will smack your head across. I will elbow you on your fucking jaw. That's it. Sorry for the language. And that became obvious to me that it was something that I did not want to come. I didn't want to become, you know what I mean? So all these things play a role. One of another strange experience that I had, which, like I said, if you don't live it, you're not going to understand it. Everybody will look at the statistics and will say, oh, this place is good. Yeah, no. Listen to someone that has been there and they will tell you about it. The first time that I came to Greece in the airport, and I'm a type of person that I don't like to be like a little bit here, a little bit there. No. My mom, my dad, my brother, they had visited Greece many times within the 13 years that we're in Australia. I never did that. Why? Because I want to give it 100%. My mind cannot be Greece and Australia and Greece and... No. I did not come for 14 years. I was there. Once I did come back, I took the decision. I was happy. It was permanent. That's it. Like, I don't like to jump foot by foot. You know what I mean? So, from one foot to another. When I came here, my cousins came, and the boy cousins, you know what I mean, so it's like a female male thing, all the cousins basically, they hugged me, and that straight away, like, I'm an old type of old thinking kind of a person, you know what I mean? In Australia, if a guy hugged the guy, you would say, ah, what a fag. You know what I mean? Like, and I was shocked. Like, I was literally like made out of ice. My cousins, female and male, but the male also, they came and they hugged me. Where are you, John? Oh, we miss you. And I did not have a way to respond. I was like this. Why? Because I had become that animal. Kill or be killed. That's it. Like, that's what I'm saying. But I saw this. I saw this this problem that I had, and I wanted to fix it. So because I had other people, you know, another one of my friends, he came from Australia to Greece, and he could not take it, so he went back. So there's many ways that it can go, you know what I mean? He came to Greece and he could not take Greeks being so like friendly and talkative. He had become antisocial, and he was not, how can I say it, he was not willing to put the effort to change. I was willing to put effort to change. I did want to change, and I did change. Even my wife, to this day, when I show her some old videos that my dad used to get with his camera, she looks at me and she literally says, "Is that you?" She's telling me, you're like a goddamn gangster. Like, what the hell? And I told her, yeah. And it was not just my behavior, my look, my appearance, everything was different. So to go from that, and there were other things as well. There were many fights and close to death situations, let's say. Close to death for me, and close to me inflicting death upon somebody else from different that's why I say that people that you're relating with can easily affect you. Some of my friends, they were part of like gangs and stuff, sort of kind of a disclaimer, not giving specifics, and they were involved with hectic stuff. So you know, I saw myself and I wanted to change, you know what I mean? Just to keep it simple. And I did do it. It is possible to go to, say, let's say, hell and back. It's never too late for anything, whether it's a hobby, whether it's your character, whether you see something in your character that you don't like. Be open to change, adapt yourself. Don't be scared to admit that you're doing something wrong, because if you don't admit it, you're not going to change, period. And obviously, you know, now that I'm 44 years old, in some ways I am kind of fixed on my own ways. This is, you know, it's only understandable that it will happen, because, you know, it's only understandable that it will happen because the older you become, the more set on your ways. It's different to change your mentality, but I do strive to change, to realize my mistakes, whether that's on the professional level or whether it's on the personal level, on a social level, whatever level you want to call it. So yeah, I do want to end with a positive message. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I do not presume to be anything special. Okay, I'm just a guy that has had a few experiences, and many people have had much worse than me. But you can do it. You know what I mean? You can do it. You can do whatever you want. Get your bike, go out, go for a ride, do your other hobbies, whatever you like, have fun, and try to stay as much as positive. Okay, guys, thank you for your patience. I know that this video might have been longer than expected, and yeah, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for listening, and I will bid you goodbye, and hope you have a great day. Thank you very, very much.